Kyoto Garden won Best Seafood Restaurant in Cape Town because of its authentic sushi. The kind 400,000 World Cup visitors arriving in the land of the rising sun are tasting. It's an experience which Scott Wood takes pride in delivering.
Scott, you're American and you created an award-winning Japanese-inspired restaurant out here in South Africa.
Well, I came to South Africa to buy a house and then returned to Los Angeles. I said, wait a minute, Los Angeles can wait. Let's open a little restaurant. I chose Japanese, so I designed the restaurant to be attractive and warm and comfortable and peaceful. You gotta have good food though, and that's our main thing, I think, is our food, the quality of our sushi.
Japanese aesthetic is complex in its simplicity. Talk to me about the decor here.
Yes, minimal, less is more. The word Zen is used a lot. I haven't studied Zen, but I think I have a good eye for simple and peaceful and clean. And that is a Japanese thing. You have to try that. Not imitate, but do.
Are there any secrets to preparing the best sushi?
No secret. Just hand.
Between Chef Arata Koga in the kitchen and Scott as your host, this is nothing short of an education.
Okay, well, this is one of my favorite, a buri teriyaki, which is salmon with teriyaki sauce put on top, and then we heat it with a flame. So it's a warm sushi.
Okay.
That's very, very nice. Over here, we have crab from Alaska. This is a scallop from Japan.
Oh, I see every dish already is so exotic from all over the world, actually.
This is Arctic clam, and this is ama ebi. It's sweet prawn from New Caledonia. That's on the other side of Australia.
And I'm correct in saying that's currently raw as
You
is.
serve it raw, and it's sweet prawn. This is salmon roe. This is a hand roll with eel. And this is a hand roll with crab from Alaska.
I think the colors and the presentation of the meals already just look so inviting. I can't wait to try it.
Don't need a lot of soy sauce.
Okay, so just dip it in here?
Dip it in there.
No. Fish style.
Ah.
Put soy sauce.
So don't dip the rice in, dip the fish in.
Yeah.
Thank you, chef.
One bite.
Too much wasabi.
No, the wasabi was actually perfect. I think everything was perfect on there. I didn't expect there to be that much flavor in that fish, actually. I thought it to be a lot more subtle, so that was really good.
Now, it's all about three things. 60% of it's the rice, 30% of it's the fish, and 10% is the wasabi. The rice is very important. You can taste each little grain of rice in your mouth.
Scott, I definitely see what you mean with the rice. I can actually taste the rice. Normally it sometimes appears to just be this mush,
Yes.
and it blends with the fish, but I can taste the textures and differentiate quite nicely.
So very important, the rice.
The ginger's fresh and I'm a massive fan of it, so it just complements this dish perfectly.
Glad.
Well done, and thank you so much, chef.
His Japanese whiskey collection comes from a tradition begun a century ago, when a Suntory distiller spent 2 years in Scotland learning the craft.
So this is a 21-year blend.
Yes.
Okay.
So now this is a blended whiskey.
Wow. I often get very overwhelmed by a well-aged whiskey and I can't taste too much of the flavor, but that is so well balanced and I think it's the perfect complement to this meal.
You are the connoisseur, I can tell.
I enjoy these. I really do. And especially something that good. Wow. For me, it's just inviting to be able to enjoy something so pure in its finest form. That's the cherry on the top for me.
Among the lessons from our host is that sushi is never served with mayonnaise, while soya and wasabi are used sparingly.
Well, Scott, flavor is key when it comes to a great tasting dish. How have you managed to maintain such a perfect balance?
Well, that's the Japanese magic. It's called umami. The flavor umami is actually a fifth taste that they created in your mouth. You have sweet, sour, bitter, salt. They came up with umami. And it's based on kambo, which is seaweed, dashi, which is dried bonito flakes. Bonito's a fish related to the tuna. They boil it and they dry it into a powder. And then miso. Miso comes from soybeans. So they'll put a little bit of that in all their cooking. And that's the underlying flavor of Japanese cuisine.
Although sushi is served almost everywhere, enjoying it the authentic way that Japanese do is worth it.